No.
Closer.
Yep.
There you go, look at that.
Hi guys, sorry about a bit of a delay. We said we're going to be here at 12:30, it's a bit later, but some technical issues. But we're here with you now, so that's good. So thank you for joining us. As promised, we're going to talk to you about the correct sleeping positions so you don't end up waking up in the morning with a stiff neck or back. Or especially if you have any existing spinal problems, it will help you to keep your back nice and healthy. So this is Gavin here from Starter Fresh and Alex here from Body Fit Physiotherapy. We're all part of the Growing Younger team. We help you get biologically younger. So let's get started. So, well, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the sleeping positions and things you can do to make your sleep more comfortable, okay? So, especially good if you are over 40, because people over 40 tend to get more sort of neck and back issues, especially first thing in the morning after waking up. And also, as I said, if you have any known sort of back or neck issues, it's also going to be very important information for you, okay? Well, let's get started. So the first position that we're going to talk about is sleeping on your side. Chances are you probably sleep on your side most of the time, because something like 70% of people actually, that's the preferred position, on the side. But there's a few different variants of sleeping on the side, which we're going to talk about, okay? So I'm going to ask Gavin here to come and lie down for me on the bed. So I'll get you to get just on your side. Yeah, cool. All right. So that's kind of a good position to be in at night on your side. Now, when you sleep on the side, your pillow has to be thick enough to support the weight of your head. Okay. So basically, there's a myth that the smaller the pillow, the better. It's not the case. Okay. So it has to be thick enough to be able to support the weight of the head, and the head has to be in line with the rest of the spine. So it has to be basically parallel to the floor. All right. So this position right here is just about right. Okay. If you still feel a little bit insecure in this position, if you feel a little bit uncomfortable, what I suggest you do is get a towel. You can stay there, get it. Roll it up, and you put it inside the pillowcase. Okay. So it forms a little bit of a lump here at the base. Okay, or something along those lines, just so that it goes in the neck and it supports basically that space between the neck and the head. Alright, I'm going to take it out here. So it's just a quick demonstration to give you an idea. You might have to play around with it just to make sure that you get the right size of the towel so it makes you feel comfortable. Okay? Alright, so another thing you can actually do to make this position more comfortable is put an extra pillow between your knees. Okay, so you take another pillow, yep, and you chuck it right here. All right. So what it does, it helps to stabilize your back, and it stops your knee from coming forward. When your top knee rolls forward, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Some people actually have the knee right up. It actually causes a lot of arching and a lot of twisting in the back, which is not good. Okay. So keeping the pillow there is going to secure that position, and it's going to keep you nice and steady. All right. So some people, if you have really big hips and kind of narrow around the midsection, you might actually there may be a bit of a curve. If you have a bit of a curve sort of on the side of the spine about here, you want maybe to put either a towel or a small cushion underneath here. Okay. So it really depends. If you feel like your back is sagging sideways when you sleep on your side, you may feel more comfortable having a little bit of a cushion just underneath right there. Okay? But you have to experiment. Go with whatever feels more comfortable for you. If you put it there and it feels like completely out of place, if it feels like it's pushing in and digging in, then don't worry about it. Take it out. Okay? So whatever we tell you today, it has to feel comfortable. Okay? So one common mistake that people make with sleeping on the side, as I mentioned, is they'll basically have that leg forward, and that causes a lot of twisting. So if you sleeping on the side is good, as long as you're not sort of twisting your body. Some people will actually sort of get into the sideline position, but then they'll actually rotate their shoulders, so they end up kind of like that, semi on the side, semi on the back. That's not good, because it causes a lot of twisting around the lower back. Okay, so this is a good position to be in. All right. So that's your That's you lying on the side. One more thing to note is that some people actually get their arm right under the pillow, under the head, okay, and sleep it that way. And funny enough, some people actually they sleep with their partner. They'll actually have their arm out, and the partner is sleeping on their arm, and then they come to me and they say that they have tingling in their hand. Okay, so you get compression of your blood vessels and your nerves, so that's not a good thing. So try not to have any weight resting on your arm when you're sleeping. Okay. Now, Given, could you roll on your back now? Cool. So sleeping on the back is probably the second most common position to sleep in. Okay. Some people might be comfortable just as is. Okay. So just with sleeping on the back, the pillow generally has to be a bit thinner. So if you know that you're more of a back sleeper rather than a side sleeper, having a slightly narrower pillow is probably a good idea. You could do the same trick which I've shown you with the towel. So if you feel like your neck is not comfortable, you can try to put a towel in the pillowcase just here, so it supports that part of the neck. All right. If some people might actually be uncomfortable sleeping on the back because it causes a little bit of arching in the back when your legs are straight. So what you can do is take a small pillow and put it underneath your legs. No, you can stay on your back. So just under your legs, basically under your knees. So what that will do, it will cause a bit of bending in your hips and in your knees, and it will help to straighten or flatten or neutralize your lower back. So experiment again, give this a try. If it makes your lower back feel more comfortable, stick to that. Okay, so that's sleeping on the back. Good position to be in. Now, some people, if you have a bit of reflux, or there may be other medical reasons why you might be uncomfortable sleeping on the back, you could actually recline yourself. But some people recline themselves by giving you sort of more pillows under the head. That's not a good position to be in. So you want to have pillows under the trunk. So basically, yeah. So you probably want to have an extra pillow here as well. So basically the bend should be, yeah. So the bend should start more kind of from the hips up rather than just the head being propped up. So right now Gavin is uncomfortable because his head is right up. Okay. So you don't want to be like that. So you want to have a pillow under the back, and then maybe a couple of pillows under the shoulders, and maybe 3 pillows up the top. So you want to have like a gradual incline here. Okay. So bending from the hips, not from the neck. All right. Cool. So take it away. Line it back in. Awesome. Okay. So another bad. So we've talked about the good positions. Now we're going to talk about bad positions to be in. Okay. One of the most common bad sleeping position is sleeping on your stomach. Okay. The reason why it's bad. So you see how Gavin, to be able to breathe, you obviously need to have your nose free. So Gavin is having to turn his head either side to be able to breathe normal, okay? Imagine if you sleep like this for 2, 3, 4 hours a night with your neck being completely twisted over towards one side. Obviously, it's going to cause a lot of stress, a lot of strain on your discs, on your joints, on your muscles. So, for at least that reason, that's not a good position to be in. But also, it causes more arching in the lower back. So, it's bad for your back as well as it's bad for your neck as well, okay? Another bad position to be in is fetal position. So if you just roll on your side for me, Given. Now fetal position is basically lying on your side but curled up. Okay, so your knees are up, your back is hunched. So you might want to come around just maybe here so you can actually see from the top. So the whole spine is curved. Okay, so as you probably know, curving a spine is not a good idea because it causes a lot of stress on your joints, on your vertebra, and on your muscles. Okay, so if you spend a couple of hours in that position, not good. All right, that's cool. So I mentioned about sleeping on the side in the stomach. Let's just demonstrate that. So if your one leg is straight and the other one is sort of up like that, okay, quite a few people sleep like that. Feels comfortable at the time, but not a good idea because if you spend any amount of time like this, it causes a lot of stress around your lower back. So if you sleep often like this and you end up with back pain in the morning, that might be why. Okay. So if you have any questions about anything that we just discussed here, feel free to pop your question just in the comment section below, and or you can otherwise you can private message us. Okay. Now, Gavin is going to take over a little bit, and he's going to show you how you can actually employ exercising, physical exercise, to help you sleep better.
Alright, so first off, just in that last position, when I had sore shoulders, that was causing sore shoulders. Obviously the depression of the shoulder joint and lifting up, that caused a bit of pain. But anyway, so with regards to neck pain, okay, I guess any kind of pain in your body, what you're going to look at is a lot of people that get lots of pain don't actually do a lot of exercise, okay? And what's a good thing about exercise is it releases something called endorphins. You've probably heard the term, and it's around like the feel-good hormone. But what it actually does, it's a body's natural painkiller, if you like. So if you're doing lots of exercise, it kind of helps with muscle pain, joint pain, anything else, just through doing physical activity. And it's our body's natural defense against those things. Also, with regards to neck pain, okay, you spend a lot of time at night sleeping, but the things that you do in the day can also influence neck pain. And one of the things as well, you know, if you work at a desk and things like that, is to have a good seating position in the desk. Make sure your chin is tucked in, you're not leaning, your head's not moving back and forth, but also around things like uneven carries. So if you carry a bag or anything around all the time with the same arm, obviously it puts a lot of pressure on your upper back and your neck and your shoulders. And then obviously over time, like a repetitive strain injury, it's going to cause the one side of the neck to be strong, the other side to be weak, and it's obviously going to play havoc with pain in the future. So there's a couple of things you can do. Okay, you can obviously, physical exercise is a big one. You need to be working the big sort of muscles in your neck and shoulders. And we actually did a video on this regarding wry neck a couple of weeks ago, which we can obviously link in the description page for you to have a look at. But also the other thing is just to stretch it. So if you get some really basic stretches you can do on your own, to stand up nice and tall, put your neck in, and use your hand and just gently, not pull or yank, just ease the neck forward, and you feel a nice stretch on the side of your neck there. And do the same thing on this way, and you can even do it this way. And even if pulling on is too hard, you just let your neck just drop down, and you feel a nice stretch in the front and side of your neck. Really, really basic exercises. Don't go too hard with these, because obviously there's lots of muscles in your neck all run in different directions, and if you pull and twist, that's going to give you even more pain. But gentle stretching is going to be really, really good for you. And like I said, I've already covered off exercise. Really, really important to get active, go and do something, and obviously you're going to feel a lot better in time. None of these things are quick fixes though. They're going to take a little bit of time. It's all about adopting new habits and new changes into your lifestyle. So don't expect massively quick fixes, but over time, when you practice these things, you're going to feel a lot better. And that's the good thing about this sort of thing. That's pretty much for me on the exercise side.
So yeah, just one quick thing. So as I mentioned before, we are doing this Growing Younger program, and so it's helping people like yourself to become biologically younger, get healthier, get fitter. So if you basically want to come and do a free assessment, we can tell you your biological age. That's how you get started. So it's completely free and there's no obligation. You can just, takes about 40 minutes of your time. It's quite easy to do. And we'll basically, at the end of this assessment, we'll tell you your biological age. If you'd like to sign up, just put a comment below in this under this video, or you can give us a call 09 532 8942. All right, all the best.
That was.